Hey guys, so in today's video I am checking out a lens by Tamron. No, this is not the new one that they're launching for the E-mount. This is the Tamron 17-50 f2.8 lens that's been out on the market for several years now. In fact, this is one for the Canon mount, but because I have this calm light adapter that I reviewed recently, I'm going to try it out on my A6000, and if that doesn't work, my A6500. So let's start by checking out how this lens comes packaged. So here is the box that the lens comes in. As you can see, white Tamron 17-50 f2.8 XR LD spherical IF. And this is for Canon AF because I'm using it with a Canon to Sony adapter. No pictures, same thing on the other side. Let's open this up. So you get user manual, I'm sure warranty information in there. And cardboard, no foam. A plastic lens hood that just says Tamron on it. And the lens itself. Pretty standard if you've seen Tamron lenses before. The gold ring is kind of their signature. Front lens cap is just plastic. There it is around the front. Nice and large front lens element. Around the back, that is the Canon EF mount. You have autofocus and manual. There's a nice little switch there. You have a lock for locking this whole thing. So very convenient if you're packing. That way if you hit the lock, it will not open up and won't slide out. If you unlock it, then you can use the whole thing. Focus ring is up here. And let me switch it over to manual. Nice and easy. Pretty short travel. And in autofocus, it's locked in really with gears. I don't want to mess it up. But that is the lens. I mean, it's pretty cool looking. Definitely excited to use this on the camera and see what sort of results I get. So let's put it on the A6000 and see how it does. And here is the lens mounted on my A6000. As you extend it, it gets very large. It is pretty bulky and it does make the camera quite front heavy. And it's certainly not as compact or portable as the kit lens, but there it is on the camera. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to turn it on. So we see an image, which is good. Whoa. So hopefully the microphone picks that up. Super noisy autofocus. So surprisingly, it did take a picture, and if you zoom in, it's decently sharp. So that is a good thing. Let's take a wider shot and see. Nope, no focus there. So this clearly is not a lens setup for the A6000. Now, the A6000 has never been great at using these sort of adapters. Even the Sigma MC11 adapter didn't work amazingly. As you step up to the A6300 and A6500, because those cameras did add phase detection to the autofocus, these adapters seem to work a lot better. So I'm going to switch this lens over to my A6500 and see what we get with that one. All right, so here we are on the A6500 now. Let's see if we can focus. Yep, and zoomed in. Yeah, that's pretty quick. All right, so this lens and this adapter are a little bit more promising on the A6500. Now, some of you might be asking, why am I looking at this lens? What's the point of this? Sony does not make a fast walk-around lens for the E-mount. It's unfortunate. They really need a 16-50 or 16-55 f2.8 lens, and I'm hoping that one day Sony will come to its senses and release that lens. Until then, we have to find a workaround. So Tamron has obviously the 17-55. Sigma also has the 17-50, which is a great fast lens. There's a couple of others. You can use a Canon as well, but nothing that is native to the Sony E-mount. So I've been playing around with this combo for the last couple of days. Let's take a look at some sample photos and videos. that is it for the sample photos and videos, and I have to say that whenever I do a montage like that with some music, I always inevitably throw away about 20% of the shots just because some of them are out of focus, some of them are just not framed correctly, the subjects are looking away or blinking or whatever it is. With this combo, I found that I threw away probably closer to 50%, if not even a little bit higher than that, of the shots that I took, because as well as it performs, or it seemingly performs, when you're just trying to focus, there are times where the lens just seems to lock up. I don't even know if it's the adapter or the lens, but the combo together does not like to focus accurately all the time. There are times where at 50mm it will lock onto focus and you could take a shot, and there are other times where you move into a kind of a high contrast scenario where it simply will not autofocus. Now when that happens, you can switch from auto to manual, but as you saw earlier, the focus range is very narrow. So for you to try to focus this manually is not an easy task. So when you nail focus with this lens and this camera, the images are very sharp, much sharper than the kit lens that you get from Sony. The problem is you don't really nail focus all that frequently. So if you're looking at a setup like this, be prepared for it. I would not recommend this if you are a professional or if you're doing a paid gig like a wedding. You would just miss way too many of those critical moments trying to focus on them or waiting for the focus to actually work. Stick with native lenses for that purpose. But if you are a hobbyist and you're just out casually shooting and you want something that's gonna do a better job in low light at f2.8 than the kit lens at f5.6 at the 55mm side, then definitely check this out. It is not perfect, and to be honest, it's pretty frustratingly annoying to use at times. So I would not recommend this unless you have a fair amount of patience. For those of you who are wondering about video performance, continuous autofocus does not work in video mode, so this is a no-go. And even if it did, the autofocus on this lens is so noisy that it would be terrible. At the end of the day, the autofocus performance of this lens and the adapter don't really live up to what I expect from a Sony camera. So I cannot make a recommendation for you to go out and purchase this. Honestly, I think that if you stuck with the 16-50 Sony kit lens, you'd probably be a little bit happier and less frustrated. So that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all of your likes, comments, and support. Stay tuned for more. Let me know what you guys think about these adapted lenses and what your experiences are with them. Always curious to read more about that down below, and have a great day. Bye-bye.